Hey folks, it's Ray with Taste Radio. Right now I'm honored to be sitting down with the one and only Quentin Rampage Jackson, who is a partner with F3 Energy. Quentin, great to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Do they call you Q, Quentin Rampage?
It's crazy, man. I got so many names.
Yeah?
Some people call me Q, some people call me Ram, some people call me Page, some people call me Quentin. I don't care what you call me.
How about Quentin? I think Quentin is a formal way to do it.
Yeah, that's what my mama called me.
Okay, good.
Actually, my mom called me Quint.
Quint?
Yeah.
You're from Memphis, you told me.
Yeah, from Memphis, yeah.
Memphis? Do you spend much time in Memphis, or are you out here in LA?
I'm out here. I live in Orange County. I don't get enough time to go back home that often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get enough time to go back that often.
I've never been to Memphis. I've been to Nashville, and I'm sure there's a little rivalry between the two cities, but
not with me though.
No,
it's cool. Nashville is a great town.
It isn't. It seems like everyone goes there nowadays because it's like the Las Vegas of the East.
Yeah, and it's probably safer than Memphis.
Oh, really?
I would say.
Okay, good to know. Well, you seem like the kind of person who can take care of yourself wherever you are.
Yeah, I can take care of myself. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but you can never be too safe. But
How long have you been in LA? Or Orange County?
I think I've been out here probably like 23 years maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So starting out fighting, and then you got into Hollywood as well.
Yeah. I did a little dabble into movies.
Yeah. And now you're a beverage entrepreneur in so many ways.
In so many ways. I'm with F3 Energy. I really gravitated towards them because my business partner Harrison Rogers wanted to make a healthy energy drink. He wanted to make one with supplements and BCAAs and ginkgo biloba, and I was like, okay, then let's try it out.
Yeah. Well, this is not an easy business.
No.
And when you jump into the beverage industry, you're kind of like you're on for a ride that you're not sure how you're going to get off of.
I know. Tell me, but I asked him not to.
You asked your partner not to.
Yeah, I asked him not to because he started the first MMA league to give fighter benefits.
What was the league?
It's called UFL.
UFL. Okay,
yeah.
So originally you were with UFC, and now.
I was with many other organizations.
Okay.
Pride, UFC, Bellator, and then one of my other fighter friends, Frank Mir, asked me, "Hey, you want to be like a coach against Tito Ortiz to coach these fighters, like your fighters to fight his fighters?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, team captain type thing." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I met Harrison Rogers, and he wanted to make this league where fighters have like benefits, like health insurance, life insurance, and he wanted to give them shares in the company, and no one has ever done that in my sport. Like football players, basketball players, they get they get benefits and they get compensation after they retire. But MMA, you don't have that. Boxing, I don't think you have that either. And I was like, yeah, man, that's a great idea. And my son was talking about fighting coming up. I was like, that'd be something great for my son because I wish they had that when I was coming up. And so I partnered up with him, and he's doing great. And turns out to be a stand-up guy, and he wanted to start an energy drink to be able to give the fighters more shares, so the fighters can make more money when they retire. And I was like, man, you want to stay away from the energy drink business because I was with Monster. I was sponsored by Monster, and I've been with them for like several years at this point, probably close to 15 years. And Monster's a great company, and I didn't really want to be involved in a MMA league that was promoting another energy drink because I was so loyal to Monster. But then when he told me like, yeah, I'm gonna give the fighter shares and stuff like that, and he really needed me to help him promote the energy drink. My contract with Monster was up, and I didn't re-sign. So it's like, all right, I'll help you out because Monster they didn't really need me.
Well, I mean, it's better to own part of an energy drink brand than just be an ambassador for one, I would say. I mean, in some cases. But so F3 seems to be like the in-house brand. I know it's two different companies, but for the UFL, F3 is the premier, the exclusive energy drink partner of the league.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So let's taste it. So in your hand, you have what's the flavor there?
This is citrus clarity. It's not cold. I love them cold.
I'm fine either way, but I mean, this is a good-looking can, and so as you mentioned on the front of the can, we have ginseng Panax. Is that how you pronounce Panax or Panax? I don't know. All right. Well,
I just call it ginseng.
Okay, ginseng. Ginseng is good. Then we got BCAA, some L-theanine, and some ginkgo biloba. All right, let's try. I got the Tropical Theory variety.
Yeah, see, you pronounced the L-theanine correctly. I couldn't pronounce that one.
Yeah, L-theanine has a calming, relaxing function to it. And I like that because you get the caffeine, and then you got to even it out with the L-theanine as well. It's delicious.
Yeah, thank you. This one's my favorite. The citrus is my favorite for some reason, but I love all the flavors so far.
I'm a believer that there's not enough fruit punch flavors on the market. Remember, we were growing up; there was fruit punch everything. The Tropical Theory, this is a good fruit punch flavor. I like this.
It's crazy you said that. Before I got with Monster, I was with this MMA company called Throwdown, and they just made their own energy drinks. I guess back in the day, this was years ago, everybody was trying to do an energy drink. And they made me a fruit punch one because they asked me what flavor do you want. I said fruit punch. And it tastes like carbonated Hawaiian punch. I missed that one.
That is a dream come true.
Yeah, I asked them to make a fruit punch. They haven't made it yet, but maybe I got to ask them again.
You could probably get away with renaming this fruit punch. Maybe you add a little bit of like natural red coloring because natural is important to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel
yes.
Well, how involved were you in the formulation? And
Zero.
Yeah.
I was zero involved because in the beginning, remember I was still with Monster,
Right.
and so I wouldn't. I'm loyal like that. I wouldn't touch it.
You'd also get sued probably.
Yeah, also get sued. I was like zero involvement until I hit up my friend. One of my friends works for Monster. He's over the MMA department, and it was like a real hard conversation with me because the guy, my friend's one brought me in, and I was like, Hans, are you okay if I don't re-sign my contract and I go with another brand? He was like, oh, I hate that you have to do this, but he understood. You know, I told him I get shares in this company as well, and that can set me up for me and my kids for a lifetime. You know?
Yeah. Now you said F3 before we hopped on the mics. You said F3 has been on the market for 8 months.
Yeah.
Getting out there on the market's really important. Just getting your first few accounts, getting to some retail is really important. But once you're on shelf, that's actually the harder part, right? Like you're on shelf, what do you do next? You have to get people to buy the product, get it off shelf. How are you involved in sales promotion, getting people to buy F3?
Well, I just do whatever they ask me to do because I really believe in this product. I love the way it tastes, and I feel like if people taste it one time, it pretty much sells itself. And so we have some success on Kick streaming.
Okay.
And
what is that like a?
It's kind of, you ever heard of Twitch?
Of course, yeah.
So
sure.
it's like Twitch, but
it's for MMA or
no, it's for anybody that streams. It's called.
It would be good for MMA because it's called Kick, right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
It is good for MMA and fighting, but I think it's owned by a company called Stake. Main Stake, the
Stake,
betting company.
Oh.
Yeah. I know.
There is just so much going on right now.
So much going on, but that community is really getting behind it because the way Harrison Rogers, the way he structured everything, like the people that stream video games.
Yep.
They some different people have followings, and some people have larger followings than others. But everybody, they're sitting there streaming or playing video games, and they have people watching them, and they sell the cans to them. They sell and they get a percentage of what they sell.
Okay.
While they live streaming, and a lot of the up and comers, they don't have sponsors like some people on Kick, they're huge. They have like a huge following, and everybody don't have that, right?
Right.
So they don't have big sponsors. So it's kind of like they can work and have a sponsor but work for it. They sell cans. So I help out with that, and I promote them as much as I can. I go to the fights, and I do what anybody what you want to call it, like athlete or whatever, would do to support a company that they believe in.
I mean, I think the most important part of getting the word out is getting people to believe in the mission, believe in what you're doing in a really authentic way. I mean, you're a very authentic person. I can tell just from the 10 minutes that we've been chatting. You don't have to make up anything.
Right.
You are who you are.
Oh, thank you.
But sharing, that authentic message and talking about why you should be drinking this, beyond flavor. I mean, how do you express that message?
Well, I just let people know, like people that like who like my sport, MMA. That the best part about this drink is that it's going for to really help out the fighters when they retire. Like a lot of fighters, a lot of the pioneers that started this sport, they retired broke. They don't have money doing GoFundMe when they need surgeries and stuff like that.
Man.
Yeah, it's really upsetting. And I'm gonna be honest, it's been one of my fears when I started the sport, because I knew it. I knew it coming in that it's a short-lived career, right? So guys that's involved with this new league, the UFL, the F3 was made in mind just for the up and coming fighters that represent this organization, because that's all we can control. We can't control like the big dogs. We can't control like the other organizations. The UFL, since he owns it, the fighters that come up through there, they'll have something to look forward to when they retire. They'll have like some. It's hard to even imagine like the people that fights, like the older guys, that it's hard to imagine. It's really embarrassing for me to talk about it. For some of these guys, they're broke. A lot of these older fighters, they're broke, and these up and coming fighters can actually not have that in the back of their mind. Like, once I retire, I can still support something and still be behind something and still have their families taken care of. And that's why I really like F3, because what they stand for.
I love when a brand that enters a very competitive category like energy drinks can stand out beyond just what's inside the can, right? Like having a business model that incorporates a charitable component, a giving back component, a sharing of the profits. I mean, all that goes a long way to being an authentic founder, I think. Being someone who's saying, oh, I'm not just out there to make a buck. I'm there to do good, while building a brand, while building a business. So I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to sit down with you, Quentin. I think this is a really interesting company and a delicious product, and I think you have a good runway here.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
And I got to tell you, if I'm being truthful myself, because we're all being truthful here, I was a big Chuck Liddell fan, and I was kind of, when you knocked the heck out of him, I was a little disappointed.
Oh man, I wish you hadn't been truthful about that. that was my first time ever getting booed in my life.
He just had such a great following, and he was the Iceman, right? Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
But after that happened, you beat him a second time, right?
That was the second time.
Was that the second time?
Yeah,
okay.
I beat him in Japan before that, because I was fighting in Japan, and not a lot of American fans knew who I was, because only the hardcore MMA fans basically knew who I was coming into the UFC. So like at that time, a lot of newer fans had no idea who I was, and UFC asked me, did I want to fight Chuck for the belt? My second fight, I was like, nah. I said, you don't want to do that. I said, you want the fans to get to know me first, but they didn't listen to me.
Well, guess what? I'm a Rampage fan now, so and I have been, but that moment at the time, I think was a little shocking for a lot of folks.
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. People was mad at me. I got my house egged after that fight.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. He was on Entourage. You were on the A team. So I think you made out better.
Yeah. Chuck is the man, though. We get along great. He's a great guy.
Good to hear.
I look up to him and respect him a lot.
You got to share some F3 energy with him.
Oh yeah. I most definitely will.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Quentin, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate it. It's really an honor to sit down with you.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Thank you.